The wedding was fabulous. A white dress, flowers, champagne, laughter from friends and family. It's just like in the movies. Alex and I seemed to be the happiest couple in the world, and I sincerely believed that it would be so. We met in the library, and we're both avid readers. Our conversations flowed for hours about classical literature, philosophy, and, of course, about life. Alex was kind, smart, and incredibly empathetic. He saw things in me that no one had noticed before, and he loved me for who I am. I left the past behind. I moved from the small town where I grew up to the big city where Alex worked. She got a job at a bookstore which she adored and started a new life. But apparently, the past is not always ready to stay in the past. The first signs of an impending storm appeared a few months after the wedding during a family dinner at Alex's parents' house. Everything was going great, a delicious dinner, jokes, memories. But then Mike, Alex's younger brother, came into the room. Mike always seemed kind of slippery to me. Too confident, too attentive, too appreciative. He worked in finance and, according to his feelings, treated everyone as potential clients or, even worse, opportunities for manipulation. He sat down next to me at the table and, smiling, said, "Hello, author. How do you like your new life? I think you finally found what you were looking for." There was some ambiguity in his voice that made me uneasy. I just smiled back, hoping it was just my imagination. After dinner, when Alex and I were getting ready to leave, Mike came up to me in the hallway. Alex went to get his jacket, and we were left alone. "Listen, author," Mike said, lowering his voice. "I've learned something about you here. Interesting stuff." I frowned. "What do you mean?" He smirked. "About your life before Alex. About your small town. I wonder if Alex knows." I felt the blood drain from my face. He knew. Somehow he found out. There was an episode in my past that I didn't tell Alex about. Nothing criminal, but shameful enough that I wanted to bury it forever. In my youth, I made a mistake, succumbed to the influence of bad company. A mistake that left a scar on my reputation. The scar I hoped no one else would see. "I don't know what you're talking about," I tried to twist away, feeling my heart pounding in my chest. "Oh, I think you understand perfectly well," Mike replied, approaching me. "I could tell Alex and his whole family a lot of interesting things about your past. About how you had fun in your youth. I think they will be very surprised." I froze. "Why are you doing this?" "Why? Well, let's just say that I have certain financial difficulties, and I think you could help me solve them." "Blackmail?" He was blackmailing me. "How much?" I asked, trying to stay calm. He named the amount. "A huge sum. An amount that I'm unlikely to be able to get even in a few years." "I can't." I started, but he interrupted. "You have a choice, author. Either you pay or I tell everyone your little story." Alex came back with my jacket. Mike smiled at me as if nothing had happened. "Is everything okay?" Alex asked, putting the jacket on me. "Yes, I'm fine," I replied, trying not to look Mike in the eye. But a fire was burning inside me. Fear, anger, despair, all mixed up in one tangle. I was silent all the way home. Alex was worried, asking what happened. I waved it off, saying I was tired. I was afraid to tell him the truth. I was afraid that he would see me differently, that he would be disappointed in me. I knew Mike wasn't bluffing. He was willing to do anything for money. He saw me as an easy prey, a victim who could be intimidated and robbed to the skin. But he was wrong. He thought I wouldn't say anything. But I wasn't going to give up without a fight. The next few days turned into a nightmare. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. I was constantly thinking about money, about Alex, about Mike. The work was getting out of hand and I made mistakes. My colleagues began to notice that something was wrong with me. Alex kept trying to talk to me, but I avoided talking. I knew if I told him, it would change everything. He can understand, he can forgive, but something will break. Our perfect picture will crack. Mike was bothering me. He called, wrote messages, reminding of the debt, threatening that time was running out. He was playing with me like a cat with a mouse. I started looking for a way out. The money option disappeared immediately. I didn't have such savings and I didn't know where to get them. A loan? No, it's too risky. Ask your parents? Also not an option. They would be disappointed in me. There was only one way out, to tell Alex. But I was still afraid. One evening, when I was sitting in the living room, poring over my laptop and trying to find a part-time job, Alex came up to me and sat next to me. "Honey, what's going on? I can see that you're upset about something. Please tell me." I looked at him. His eyes are full of love and care. I knew that I loved him more than anything in the world. And I knew that I couldn't keep this secret anymore. I took a deep breath and started talking. About his past, about his mistake, about Mike. She spoke, trying not to miss a single detail. Alex listened in silence without interrupting. His face remained impassive. I was afraid to look him in the eye. When I finished, there was silence in the room. I waited. I was waiting for condemnation, disappointment, anger. But instead, Alex hugged me. Firmly, gently. "It's okay," he whispered. "It's going to be okay." I started crying. From relief, from fear, from love. "I love you, Arthur. Your past doesn't matter. What matters is that you're here now. The important thing is that we're together." I believed him. There was power in his words. We decided to stand up to Mike together. Alex was furious. He didn't understand how his own brother could do such a low thing. He offered to contact the police, but I refused. I was afraid it would only make the situation worse. We decided to act differently. We decided to play his game. Alex called Mike and made an appointment. I should have gone with him. The meeting took place in one of the city cafes. Mike arrived on time, looking smug. He was confident of his victory. "Well, the author? Have you decided to pay?" "What is it?" he asked, not looking at Alex. I was silent. "I think you should apologize to my wife," Alex said, calmly but firmly. Mike laughed. "Apologize? For what? For hiding her dirty past?" "For blackmailing her," Alex replied. "And I think you should return the money you borrowed from me a few months ago. Remember? I believed you then. And you're planning this dirty game." Mike paled. He hadn't expected this turn of events. He thought he had the situation under control, but now everything has changed. "What are you talking about?" "I'm sorry," he muttered. "I know about your debts," Alex said. "I know that you lost a lot of money at the casino. And I know that you wanted to solve your problems at the expense of my wife." Mike was silent, lowering his head. "I'm giving you a chance to fix this," Alex continued. "Give me the money back, apologize to the author, and I'll forget about it. If not, I'll contact the police. And trust me, I have enough evidence to put you in jail." Mike looked up. There was fear in them. "Okay," he said in a hollow voice. "I will return the money. And I'm sorry, author. I was wrong." I looked at Alex. He squeezed my hand. He protected me. He was my hero. We left the cafe, leaving Mike alone. I didn't know what was going to happen next, but I knew we could handle it. We are together. After meeting at the cafe, Mike disappeared from our lives. He paid off the debt to Alex and never tried to contact me again. We wanted to forget about this nightmare and move on. Time passed. We continued to live our lives, work, travel, and love each other. Our love has only grown stronger after what we've been through. We learned to trust each other, to talk about our fears and problems. But the story with Mike didn't end so easily. A few months later, we found out that he had been fired from the company. It turned out that he was engaged in fraud and used other people's money for his gambling. His reputation was ruined. No one wanted to deal with him. It was karma. He tried to ruin my life, and in the end, he ruined his own. I wasn't gloating. I felt sorry for him. I didn't want him to suffer. But I understood that he was to blame for his troubles. He chose the wrong path, and he had to pay for it. One evening, when we were sitting at home watching a movie, Alex got a call from his mother. She was upset. "Mike contacted me," she said. "He's asking for help. He had lost everything. He says he has nowhere to go." Alex paused. "I do not know, Mom. He caused us a lot of pain." "I understand, dear," his mother replied. "But he's your brother. He needs help. Let's at least listen to him." Alex agreed to meet with Mike. I went with him. We met in a small park. Mike looked terrible. He had lost weight, looked haggard, and his eyes were full of despair. "Thank you for coming," he said in a low voice. Alex was silent. "I know what I've done," Mike continued. "I understand that you don't want to have anything to do with me, but I really need help. I've lost everything. I have no job, no money, no friends. I was left alone." I looked at Alex. He was confused. He didn't know what to do. I took his hand and said, "We'll help you, Mike, but you have to change. You have to understand that money is not the main thing in life. It's important to be an honest, decent, and kind person." Mike nodded. "I understand. I'll try my best." We helped Mike get back on his feet. Alex found him a job, and I helped him with housing. We didn't expect any gratitude from him. We just wanted him to get better. It was a long and difficult process. Mike broke down a few times, but we didn't give up. We believed in him. After all, he had changed. He became a different person. He realized his mistakes and began to live in a new way. One day, a few years later, Mike came to our house. He looked happy. "I want to say thank you," he said, for not abandoning me, for helping me become a better person. I'll never forget it. I smiled. We're glad you've changed, Mike. We will always be there for you. The blackmail story is over. She left a scar on my soul, but she taught me a lot. I realized that love and trust are the most important things in life, and that even the darkest moments can be overcome if you have the support of loved ones. Sometimes, even the dirtiest actions can lead to something good. Maybe it was thanks to this blackmail that our family became stronger. Maybe that's why Mike got better. Maybe it was because of this that I realized how lucky I was with Alex. Karma is a complicated thing. It doesn't always work the way we expect it to, but she always gives back what we give to the world. And if we give kindness, love, and forgiveness to the world, then the world will respond in kind.